स्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। हरि ओम अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं गुरुदेव देव। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Today I would like to sing one bhajan of Bhagavan Shankara. This is very famous bhajan written by our Pujya Guruji Swami Tejomayanand. Because 2 days ago we celebrated Shivratri, so that's why we pray him and then we go to our class. Adi Deva Mahadeva He Daya Nidhe Adi Deva Mahadeva He Daya Nidhe Neelakantha Parvatisha He Krupanidhe Neelakantha Parvatisha He Krupanidhe Adideva Mahadeva He Dayanidhe Namastestu Vishveshwara Trambakesha Gangadhara Namastestu Vishveshwara Trambakesha Gangadhara Nandikesha Palachandra He Pashupate Nandikesha Palachandra He Pashupate Adideva Mahadeva He Dayanidhe Neelakantha Parvatisha He Krupanidhe Adideva Mahadeva He Dayanidhe Krupa karo dukha haro harsha bharo He Shankara Krupa karo dukha haro harsha bharo He Shankara Hrudaya kanja sada baso He Shiva Karunanidhe Hrudaya kanja sada baho He Shiva Karunanidhe Adideva Mahadeva हे दयानिधे नीलकंठ पार्वतीश हे कृपानिधे आदिदेव महादेव हे दयानिधे हे दयानिधे हे दयानिधे। ओम हर हर नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। Shankaram. Shankaram, Shankaracharya. That same Bhagavan Shankar is our Shankaracharya ji, who has written our Sadhana Panchakam. We have completed the first stanza of Sadhana Panchakam and we are studying the second stanza. The first stanza is, together we will chant. Vedo nityamadhiyatam taduditam कर्मस्वनुष्ठीयताम् तेने सस्य विधीयतामपचितिः काम्ये मतिस्तज्यताम् पापौगः परिधूयताम् भवसुखे दोषोऽनुसन्धीयताम् आत्मेच्छा व्यवसीयताम् निज गृहात् तूर्णं विनिर्गम्यताम्. Bhagavan enumerating different sadhanas for our spiritual progress. For our spiritual progress means to know our own truth, or to know our reality, or to know the Brahman, to know the Atma, or to know the God. All are same. He is saying the first step for the sadhana is Vedo Nityam Adhiyatam. Study good books every day. Why, Swamiji? Why should we study books? Because 90% our knowledge is from literature only, is from scriptures only. If we regularly study the scriptures, then we acquire knowledge. They say in traditional language, this is called apata jnana. Apata jnana means we will get knowledge, but this is not complete. If we read independently all the books, we may not realize the God. There are few more steps we have to follow. Then Bhagavan is saying, then do karma yoga. Karma yoga. So the main principle in karma yoga is dedicate all your actions to the Bhagavan. Keep Bhagavan in your mind and act in the world. People, few Mahatmas, they say, Haath mein kaam, man mein Ram. While doing all the activities also, we should keep Bhagavan Ram in mind. Haath mein kaam, man mein Ram. That attitude we should maintain. Why, Swamiji? Because this karma yoga only can purify our mind. Because activity is the main thing in our life. From childhood onwards till the death, we do. We cannot stay without activity. So with that activity only, we have to purify our mind. Karma yoga. Then slowly all the sinful tendencies and everything, they'll go away from us. Then when the purity comes into our mind, definitely some inclination will come towards to know the truth. This is the science. As the mind becomes sattvic and sattvic and sattvic, that mind no more it wants to worldly enjoyments. It will ask, what is the purpose of my life? What will be the ultimate goal? What I am doing? Because that is the main principle of Sattva Guna. Then Atmecha Vyavasiyatam. This thought you should cultivate, or you should strengthen this thought always. Longing for the truth, or longing to know the Brahma, or the reality, or the God. Then Nijagruhat Turanam Vinirgamyatam. In traditional way, Bhagavan is saying, drop your home and go to forest in the search of God. Many Mahatmas, great seekers, they did like this. If the longing is very genuine, if it is very strong, then he cannot stay no more in the world. Definitely he will go to his guru or to his master wherever he goes. Then Bhagavan started in the second stanza. We have seen two sadhanas, that is Sangha Satsu Vidhiyatam. Swamiji, I am very genuine. I am serious about this knowledge, Swamiji. So further, what should I do, Swamiji? Then Bhagavan is saying, do satsangam. Sangha Satsu Vidhiyatam. Be in the company of noble people. Be in the company of noble people's teaching. That is called satsanga. What we are doing now, this is also satsanga. We are discussing about the Sattvastu and its preparations. Whatever relevant to that particular topic only we think, we discuss. That is called satsanga. Sangha Satsu Vidhiyatam. In Narada Bhakti Sutra, Narada says, Sadhu Milan, if we get any sadhu in our life, that is called Amogha. Amogha means it's a wonder. Because we know to get sadhu company in our life, it is not easy. Even we think, I am very lucky. Because many people, they don't know what is sadhu also. Many people, they don't know what is Gita. Many people, they don't know what is Upanishad, what is there in the Upanishad. Why all the Mahatmas are, what they are doing? People, they say Vivekananda is great, Vivekananda is great, Vivekananda is great. But actually, what is his greatness? Swami Viveka, Swami Chinmayanandaji did so much tapas, they say. On what he did tapas? For what purpose he did tapas? What is their subject? This is all we will know in Satsanga. That's why they say, till the end, we should not leave the Sadhu Sangha, Satsanga. In Tulsi Ramayana, Tulsidas ji, many times, hundreds times, he glorifies the glory of Satsanga. Sangha Satsu Vidhiyatam. By the grace of these sadhu people only, Bhagavato Bhaktir Drudadiyatam. We will get the real bhakti on Bhagavan. The real flavor of bhakti. The selfless bhakti. Shuddha bhakti, we will get in the presence or in the company from the teachings of these great masters. And Bhagavan is saying, always strengthen the devotion for the God. Because it's like an anchor. In our spiritual progress or in our spiritual journey, many times we may slip. Many times, many obstacles may come. The one and only shelter is Bhagavat Sharanam. Harish Sharanam, Harish Sharanam, Harish Sharanam. Prahlad ji says in Bhagavatam, somebody asks Prahlada, your father only continuously, persisting you. Continuously he is, harassing you. Still you are not leaving this Bhagavat Patha, Bhakti Marga. What is your strength? They say. Then Prahlad ji proudly he says, Harish Sharanam. I am in the shelter of Hari. I don't care all these things. Let him give poison, I will take. Let him throw from anywhere, I will jump. I don't care anyone because my shelter is Bhagavan, Harish Sharanam. That is called Bhagavata Bhaktihi Drudadhiyatam. Till here we have seen. Swamiji, what are the today's practices? Today, Bhagavan is starting the first spiritual practice is Shantyadih Parichiyatam. My dear student, you should do something as a spiritual practice. Okay, Masterji, what should I do? Parichiyatam. Parichiyatam means you must collect. You must collect something. Guruji, I am very good in collection. My name itself, Collection King. You know what should you collect? Shanti Adi. Not money, property, these things, my dear boy. Shanti Ityadi values you should collect. Shanti Ityadi means we have seen in our Tattva Bodha class, the qualifications of students. The third point is six qualifications we enumerated. Shama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. There are the 6 values. Bhagavan now he is enumerating that one. Shantyadi means Shama Ityadi. Control over the mind, control over the sense organs, patience, Titiksha, faith, and so on. These qualities you should gather. They say, by born, we are not cultured. By born, we are raw only. We are rough only. In general, in Vyavahar life also, the man will be polished by collecting the values only. We say, Swamiji, in my young generation, I was so rude, Swamiji. Now I become so polished, Swamiji. This is because I learned few qualities either from my teachers or either from my parents or either from my friends. So Bhagavan is saying, collect good values from the society, teachers and elders and cultivate them. Shantyadihi parichiyatam. We should train ourselves how to control mind, how to control senses, how to learn forbearance, faith, and so on, all the great values. Then, now here, the main crux is there. Listen carefully. Many sadhakas, they will get the company of many sadhu people. Many sant milan they may get. But among the many sadhakas, few only can get Guru, Satguru. We also say, Swamiji, he is also great, he is also great, he is also great, he is also great. They are all great people only. You are serving them, that is also true. But you cannot take them as your Sadguru, as your own Guru. Because Guru's status is completely different. So what is the bridge, Swamiji? Here Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji taking the student from the goodness to the post of disciple. Good boy is different. Good candidate is different. But to become a disciple, he needs some particular preparation, some particular training. In our life also, we may see many great people. We may listen many great people satsang. But we should ask ourselves, who is my Guru? Who is my Sadguru? Because we will be completely obedient to our Guru only. We may respect many, that is different. but we may not surrender to them. Gurudev, you always used to say, what is the definition for disciple, Gurudev, if you ask? Who submits discipline is the disciple. This discipline we may not submit to all. We submit our discipline to particular person, he will be our guru. So this good boy, this jignasu, this sadhaka, now he should get some training to become a disciple, to become a shishya. For that, this shanti ityadi values only useful. That's why Bhagavan is saying, after bhakti, after Sant Milan, now you start personally purifying yourself. Control over the mind, control over the senses, faith, titiksha, concentration, all the values you collect, you cultivate. Slowly you will get the qualifications of the shishya, qualifications of the disciple. Then you are eligible to study this Brahma Jnana under a great master, under a wise master. So that's why we need these values. Actually, the Shantyadi, Ityadi values, they are not the values of a devotee. These are the values of a student. Devotees may be many, but students are very few. All jignasus, they cannot become students. If you want to become a student, you need a specific qualifications. Those specific qualifications are these: Shamadama Ityadi. Therefore, first of all, we should learn how to become a student. Guruji, Swami Tejomayananji, when he took the Sadhana Panchakam to us, he taught one beautiful story, small story. We know our Gurudev is Swami Tapovanji Maharaj. Generally, he is very serious Guru. He is not like our Gurudev. He is very, very serious Guru, Tapovanji Maharaj. But sometimes he used to crack few jokes with Gurudev, very rarely. He told one story to Gurudev and Gurudev told that story to his students, and the same story Guruji told to us. Now I am saying. Tapovanji Maharaj said, one day, one student, he went to Himalayas and he approached one particular Guru. And he did namaskar and everything. And the Guru asked, "Are bhaiya, why do you come all over here?" Then he said, "Maharaj ji, I would like to learn Shastras, at the feet of Guru." And the Guru said, "Okay." And the student asked, what are the, what we call, jobs of the student? Or what should I do as a student? Then Guru said, every day you should wash, your Guru clothes. Every day you should wash. The student said, then you should collect bhiksha and bring the bhiksha and give it to your Guru. You should feed your Guru. Okay. Then if he takes rest, if he wants to massage his feet, every day you massage his feet, Guru's feet. Then the student said, Maharaj, I would like to become Guru only. Because it is so comfortable. Student is doing everything, Guruji is resting. I don't want to become a student, I would like to become a Guru. And he used to say this story. We have to keep all the time the attitude of the student, not the I want to become a Guru, I want to become a Guru, I want to become a... You cannot become a Guru by doing anything. It is completely different status. But we can become a student. Now our Shankaracharya's main attention is from the sadhaka stage to this man should mature as a student. To become a student, we need a particular qualities. That is always maintain calmness, and Sahana Shakti, faith, concentration, these are all the values. Shantyadi Parichiyatam. And then Swamiji, Drudataram Karmasu Santyajyatam. The next sadhana, Bhagavan is saying, Drudataram Karmasu Santyajyatam. Oh, my dear student, you should drop activity. Drudataram Karmasu means what we call egocentric activities, you must completely drop. If you want to become a Vidyarthi of Vedanta, if you want to become a student of Brahman, you cannot do now, all these things. Selfish activities, you have to drop all. Drudataram karmasu santyajyatam. In a way, we should be ready to allot our full time to study, to learn, and to practice. That's why Gurudev, he moved all over the world. Different Gita Jnana Yajnas, different platforms he used to address. At the same time, he established Sandipani Sadhanalaya. This Sandipani Sadhanalaya is full-time study. That is called Drudataram Karmasu Santyajyatam. Their students, they cannot do anything. Even they should not prepare tea for themselves. No, it is not at all allowed. Only study, reflection, study, reflection, study, reflection. This is only your job. 2 years. 2 years from the morning 5:30 to evening 8:30. Class after class, class after class, class after class. No Sunday, no festival, no outing. Ashram locked. We did not go anywhere because it needs that concentration, that focus to study our Upanishads and Gita and to reflect and to understand, to assimilate. Finally, we have to live on that thought. Multiple directed mind, it cannot focus on that Brahma Vidya. So it needs Drudataram Karmasu Santyajyatam. Then Swamiji, now this sadhaka, he became a student. See, to become a student, he has done 2 things. One is, with Shanti Ityadi values, he purified his inside. His mind become concentrated, his mind become calm, his mind become quiet. Internal adjustments. Drudataram karmasu santyajyatam, externally also he fixed himself. Now he is no more businessman. Now he is no more something else. All external activity also he cut, and internal multiple directions also he collected in a single pointed. These 2 sadhanas are particularly for a student. Shantyadi values and dropping all self-desire motivated activities. Now sadhaka becomes student. Then what should be the next step, Swamiji? Next sadhana, Swamiji? In traditional language, they say this is Guru Upasatti. In orthodox language, Guru Upasatti means when the student become mature, when the student wants only knowledge, when the student is very focused, then he should reach a guru. Without guru, you are not going to know the truth. One of his commentary, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji says, Shastrajnopi Swatantriyena Brahmanveshanam na kuryat. Even though you are very learned one, even though you are very scholar, but you cannot study independently this Brahma Vidya. You need a teacher. Acharyavan Purusho Veda. Who will know the Purusha means Acharyavan. Who has his own guru, that man only can know that Purusha, that Brahma. Now, the student must approach Guru. That is very, very, very holy, what can we say, highest achievement in our human progress, to reach our own Guru, to surrender to our own Guru. Because if our Guru is pleased, then our job is over. He will take care of the remaining journey. Getting Guru is not easy. That's why Bhagavan is enumerating the next sadhana is when you feel you mature. Swamiji, I may not be matured, so what can I do? Even though we can be in the company of Sadguru, we must be at the feet of a Sadguru. Lucky we all have Pujya Gurudev. So that will be the next sadhana Shankaracharya is saying. That sadhana name is Sadvidvanupasrupyatam. Upasrupyatam. You must approach. Whom, Swamiji? Sadvidvan. All people cannot become gurus. Then the guru is Sadvidvan. Sadvidvan means two meanings are there. Sat Vidvan, who knows the truth. Sat means the truth. Sat Vidvan means the knower of the truth. Realized soul. Sadvidvan. Another meaning for Sadvidvan is a noble person. He should be very noble. At the same time, he is the knower of the Brahman. That man is called as Sadvidvan. We know in our Upanishads also, they say Guru must have two qualifications. What is this, Swamiji? Even Guru also. All the time the scriptures will say student should be good, student should be good, student should be good. Even Guru also. They say Guru must have two qualifications. One qualification is Srotriyam. Srotriyam means well learned, wise man. Any Upanishad, any Gita, any Shastra, any Bhasya, he should know. Srotriyam. And the second one is Brahmanishta. Brahmanishta means he is the realized one. He knew what is truth. First-hand experience in Gurudev language. He knew what is truth. At the same time, he is a capable person to teach that truth. Srotriyam means that one. Many Mahatmas, they may not have these two qualifications together. Some Mahatmas are very scholarly. They knew all 108 Upanishads and Shankara Bhashya, Brahma Sutra, everything left and right by heart. But if you come to this point, have you realized that Brahman? They say, no, I am not that established one. This is one type of Mahatma. Some Mahatmas are realized person. They knew what is Brahman. But they cannot teach. They don't teach anything. Either maybe they may be silent or some one or two answers they may give, but they cannot take you from the Upanishad 1 to 10. They don't know how to teach. So that's why Upanishad is said, Guru must have these two. Mahatmas may be Srotriya, Mahatma may be Brahmanishta. But the Guru, he should be Srotriya and he should be Brahmanishta also. That Mahatma is called Sadvidvan. A noble, a realized soul. His heart should be very compassionate towards the students. He should come down from the peaks of his experiences to this innocent, ignorant student. He doesn't know ABCD in Vedanta. He doesn't know how to walk. He may face so many troubles in the path. Still, he is ready to help the student. Sadvidvan upasrupyatam. But Pujya Guruji, Swami Tejomayananji, he used to say, main two qualifications we should have to receive the knowledge from the teacher. One is humility. He used to say all the time, Vinayam. Vidya Vinayena Shobhate. So we should be always humble. We should be always a good-natured student, humility. Second one is Shraddha. Shraddha means faith, always faith on him. Sometimes he may examine, sometimes he may get angry, sometimes surroundings may not cooperate, still don't leave him. That is called Shraddha. All the time hanging to the Guru. That capacity is called Shraddha. Second one is called, we should be always humble at the feet of the Guru. If any students, he has these two qualities, Shraddha and humility, definitely he will get the royal knowledge. Definitely he could realize the Brahma in his life. Guruji, he himself said, minimum these two we should have. One is Vinayata, second one is Shraddha. By that time, he told one story also. To join in Sandipini Sadhanalaya, they conduct interviews for the students because many people they apply. For example, 100, 200, many applications they come. But they don't take all because it's a limited residential course, 30, 40, 50. So they interview each and every student, whether they are genuine or they want to study or what is there in their mind. So Gurudev, he himself started this interview process. One day in Bombay, Gurudev's Kutia, Gurudev is conducting all the students one after another. And Guruji was the, Swami Tejomayananji was the in charge to send the list. In front of doctor's room, they keep a list. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Like the Guruji sat. One after another, he is sending inside and Gurudev interviewing, they are coming back. One student, he went inside and he spent so much time with Gurudev. Guruji was, kya kar rahe itna time with Gurudev? After half an hour, the student came and Guruji asked, how was your interview? And the student said, I inspired Swamiji very much. The student is thinking with his dialogue with Gurudev, he thought, I inspired him. Not as I am inspired by him, no. He is saying, I inspired Swamiji very much. And Guruji was shocked. First today you failed. Student, he thought, his different knowledges and his talkativeness, he inspired Swami Chinmayananji. Swami Chinmayananji is very much happy with this student. He is thinking this. This is not the humility. Actually speaking, I know nothing. You throw me anywhere. That should be the attitude of the student. If he has this humility and Shraddha, definitely he will get the knowledge from the Sadguru. Sadvidvan upasrupyatam. This is the great blessing in our life if we get a great Guru. Upasrupyatam. Then Swamiji, why Shankaracharya ji is describing this as a sadhana? Because being with Guru is a sadhana. Being with Guru is not an enjoyment. Being with Guru is not a pleasure. Being with Guru is a sadhana. Our mind should be calm. Our mind should be with bhakti, shraddha, vinaya, vidheyata, ityadi. Yes, Swamiji, we are like that, Swamiji. We know Swamiji. We respect Gurus, Swamiji. We do that, of course. In our culture, it is very much focus. Even for a normal school also, we teach our what we call children. Be humble with teachers. Don't argue with them. Respect with them. Because this is the main line, Guru and Shishya, where we get the knowledge. The Shishya should be always Shishya. Guru should be always Guru. We should respect him always. So it should be a sadhana. It's not a pleasure. It's not an enjoyment. See how beautifully Bhagavan is taking. We should know this thing actually. Sadvidvan upasrupyatam. Reach your Sadguru. This is one sadhana. Swamiji, then what will be next sadhana? What will be the next step, Swamiji? Is saying, after reaching your Guru, Pratidinam Tatpaduka Sevyatam. Pratidinam, every day, Tatpaduka, his lotus feet, Sevyatam, you worship. To get the Brahma Jnana, our attitude should be, Guru is my Bhagavan. My God is He. My living God. If we have that attitude, then we do this. Pratidinam tat paduka sevyatam. We do worship to his lotus feet. If Guru is there, for his lotus feet we worship. If he is not there, Bhagavan Shankaracharya is saying tat paduka, his sandals. We do na Guru Paduka Stotram. Namo Namastri Guru Padukabhyam. Actually, generally, we don't do direct puja to Guru Pada. We do puja to Guru Paduka. See how great we are worshipping Sadguru. Even not even Guru's Pada, we worship Guru's sandals. What he wear. That is his taste. Guru is like Bhagavan. But here also, how should we serve Swamiji? Is there any method to worship Guru? Because to worship Guru is a great culture. Many people, they don't respect Guru. Many people, they don't worship Guru. They feel Guru also as a human being, like me. No. It should be our attitude. And Pujya Guruji Swami Tejomayananji, beautifully he says few steps how should be our worship towards the Guru. One is general way we do puja. For example, in our spiritual organizations also, for example, any Guru Purnima, many festivals if they come, we do puja to Guru Pada with chandana, flower, abhishek and everything. This is called Guru Pada Puja. Worshipping Guru's Paduka. This is one method. For example, if Guru is there, he may ask some, this is one kind of seva, please note it. To do puja with all Dhupadeepa, Naivedya, Abhisheka, Ityadi Kriya, this is Pujanam, Guru Pada Pujanam. Bhagavan Shankaracharya instructed to do that. Do that puja. Like how we do Bhagavan puja, do Guru Pada puja with all upachara and everything. This is one method. Another method. For example, physically Guru, sometimes he may ask some seva. Arey student, come here and massage my feet. He may ask, do it. If any time he asks any particular personal seva to him, do wholeheartedly. And the people, they used to say in satsang also, many people may be there. When Pujya Gurudev used to travel all over the world, one family, they used to be like his host. That is called host houses. That time, if Gurudev stays in any houses, they need lot of seva to do him and his devotees, shishyas, visitors, hundreds of people every day they used to come. They have to serve all the people. Their breakfast, lunch, dinner, tea, coffee, it's like a big festival. Because he is very, very well-known Mahatma. Different sectors of people, they used to come to see him. This host, they used to feel it's like a privilege. A great Mahatma is staying in my house. I have to serve him. This is called Bhautika Seva. Physically, we have to do that. This is also Guru Seva. And the more serious Seva is, we know feet are where we stand. Same way, Guru stands on knowledge. So we are worshipping his sandal, we are worshipping his feet, matlab, we are respecting the knowledge where he stood. This is third seva. This is the very serious one and the great one. To tune to his knowledge. To tune to his wisdom. That is the highest seva. Shuddha Shishya only can get that. He will observe the Guru, what he is speaking, what is the teaching in his speech. Even Mahatmas, they say, if Guru's sight also, there is a teaching. He is not a casual man like us. He doesn't joke casually, he doesn't laugh casually, he doesn't see casually. Everything is a teaching. Many Mahatmas, they say, if you go to Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, he doesn't speak anything. But if you have any genuine doubt and sit in front of him, the doubt will be cleared. Because he can answer that way. Gurudev presents also, many people, they say, something joke-like thing he used to say and he used to go. And after a few days, these devotees, they used to reflect what Gurudev said, what Gurudev said. That is a great teaching to their life. Every breath is a teaching. He is embodiment of knowledge. See the Guru with that sight, with that eye. That is great seva. Actual seva is that. It needs a lot of maturity. And the main thing is, Swamiji, we are ready to do his Pada Puja. We are ready to serve him physically. We are ready to know from him. We are ready to serve his knowledge. And Guruji said, these all three we can get with a simple attitude, that is, we should have readiness to serve him. That punya bhavana we should have. That sattvika vritti. I want to serve him. I want to serve him. Then all the time we see what opportunity I can get to serve my Guru. Either physically or mentally or in any other way, I am ready. We should be available always to serve him. That is called Shuddha Seva. That's why they say in spiritual progress, many people, they say, Swamiji, meditation only great, Swamiji. Swamiji, japa is great, Swamiji. No, seva is great. Seva is greater than all practices. In Ramayana also, one and only man could pass Ramji's all examinations. That is Hanuman. Because Hanuman's attitude always, I am a servant, he is my Lord. Seva means the attitude is, I am a servant of my Lord. That attitude only can purify the student completely. Otherwise, definitely we will get arrogance, definitely we will get ego. You may be learned, but the Vidya Gandha, it will create arrogance. You may be good man, that Sattva Guna may create arrogance. But the attitude of servant, I am the servant always, he is my boss. That attitude always purifies that student. This is called Tat Paduka Sevyatam, Seva. In our organization, in our Chinmaya mission, Gurudev always guides the people, serve the people. If one Amma comes, Swamiji, what should I do as my spiritual practice? Then Gurudev says, collect 4-3 children around you in your house and start teaching Bhagavad Gita. Serve them. Slowly you will learn. Start Bal Vihar, start Devi group, start study group, or do some activity. Go to there, organize Jnana Yajna, organize class. This is all great service to Jnanam, Brahma Jnana, great service to our Pujya Gurudev. That's why Seva is the greatest. Actually speaking, this Seva is the only attunement between the Guru and Shishya. If we keep on doing the service to that Mahatma, slowly our mind will be purified and we will be tuned to him. We can easily get what he is saying. Like a radio station, if we keep the station perfectly, that frequency, then it will come melodious music from it. That tuning is nothing but Seva. We can do Seva in any way. Whatever we have, we can give it to them. If I have time, Swamiji, I spend time. I have money, Swamiji, I give money. I have capacity to teaching, Swamiji, I teach. I have capacity to do some other project, Swamiji, I do project. So we must ready to serve him. That Seva Bhavana only will purify the student. He will be the perfect one. Egoless student is the servant only, not any other. Then Swamiji, then when the student is ready, he cleansed himself with his service to the Guru. Then the next sadhana is you ask knowledge from him. Because knowledge is the main. That's the next sadhana Bhagavan is saying, Brahmaikaksharam adhyatam. Ardhyatam. Ardhyatam means prardhyatam. You pray your Guru. You ask your Guru. For what, Swamiji? Brahma Eka Aksharam. This is the next sadhana. Now the student served his Guru wholeheartedly. He purified, he tuned to his Guru. Now he is asking his question to his Guru. What question, Swamiji? About the absolute truth. Brahma Eka Aksharam, not any worldly thing. Arey, I reached the spiritual master somehow. I am in his company. Now I am not going to ask any worldly things from him. I will ask that ultimate truth, that absolute knowledge, Brahma Eka Aksharam, imperishable one Brahma. Aksharam means imperishable. Eka means that one Brahma. My Guru, please teach me what is Brahma. That question we should ask him. Not anything. And bad luck, Gurudev he himself says, many people, they go to doctor. Other than this medical problem, they don't talk anything with the doctor. If they start talking also, the doctor says, my time is very precious, you go away. I cannot consult all these things. What is your problem? Please tell, I solve it and go. If you go to lawyer, we ask that legal issues on. But if you go to spiritual teacher, we ask all rubbish on. Swamiji, why like this? Swamiji, why not that road is like that? Swamiji, this is, Swamiji, that. They used to ask Pujya Gurudev also. Many times he used to say, if you go to doctor, you are okay. If you go to lawyer, you are okay. But if you go to spiritual teacher, why you behave like this? Ask about the Brahma Jnana. Ask about the ultimate truth. He is the one only can give that in the world. That's why Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is taking this as a sadhana. Don't misuse your Sadguru. Use him. Ask about the ultimate truth, that absolute knowledge. Brahma Ekakshara. And another meaning, some people they say, Brahma Ekakshara means Om. Means the Akshara form of Brahma is Om. Ask about Om. Matlab in traditional language, in orthodox language, this Brahma Vidya used to start with Omkara Sadhana. With Omkara Sadhana only they used to start. Meditate on Om and reflect on Om. These Om 3 letters are nothing but Jagrata, Swapna, Shushupti, Avastha. And by chanting, by meditating on the Om only, you can transcend these 3 and you can still your mind in the one and only, that pure Shuddha Chaitanya. That way also they can take. Anyhow, the main import is you ask about the Brahma. Brahmaika Aksharam Ardhyatam. It's actually, but after reaching our Guru, question may be many ways. For example, if the student is a very learned one, very polished one, he asks very beautifully. Some may not be learned one. But he asked the question, but the import should be, I want to know the truth, or I want to know the God, or I want to know what will be the best to my life. Arjuna, actually, he doesn't know anything about Brahma Jnana, anything in Gita. He was completely distressed. But he asked Krishna this question only in another way. He says, Bhagavan, yena sreyoham apniyam, by which Parama Kalyana will come to my life. Sreyas. Then Bhagavan started teaching this Atma Jnana. Hey Arjuna, Atma Jnana can only give this Sreyas. Not winning the war, not losing the war. See the teaching. Bhagavan says, winning the war also doesn't give Sreyas. Losing the war also doesn't give Sreyas. Both are worldly measurements only. But you asked Sreyas Saina, that Sreyas definitely from Atma Jnana only. That is completely different platform. You took there. This is the question. I don't want any other heavenly also, Swamiji. I want that absolute knowledge. Brahmaika Akshara, see how maturity, how purity of the student. Not winning, not losing. I want that Parama Kalyana Padam. Brahmaika Akshara Martita. With this, actually, the student job is over. Now, Guru is opening his mouth. Because he is very good boy, polished one, and he asked the truth. Now his job is to teach the truth. Now different set of sadhanas will come. Up till now, some sadhanas regarding to purity of mind, some sadhanas regarding to Guru Pasatti we have seen. The first sloka is completely for the purification of the mind. Karma Yoga, Bhagavad Bhakti, ityadi. And the next set of sadhanas is this sadhaka, he himself become a student. As a student, he needs a particular qualifications and design, he ready with that. And he reached the Guru. He served the Guru wholeheartedly and he asked the Guru about the knowledge. So, till here, he is a student. Now, Guru wants to teach that knowledge. Then what should be the steps the student should take? That we can see in our next class. They are called Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. They are the main sadhanas. Sravana, how to listen. Manana, how to reflect. Nididhyasana, how to meditate on the truth and realize. And after realization, what should be your relation with the world? That is also sadhana. After realizing that Brahma, after realizing the Godhoodness, what should be your behavior with the world? These are all the next class sadhanas. Hari Om. Actually, I would like to thank in the beginning of the class only, but people slowly they join in the class. So I thought at the end of the class, I would like to tell something. That is, I am very, very thankful, and Chinmaya Mission Visakhapatnam whole, we all very much thankful to our Chinmaya family Kuwait for providing nice Guru Dakshina to us. Because as we discussed, to do Gurudev Seva, to work his vision and his mission, we need so many resources. And lucky you all gave your support and your blessings and your love to us. So once again, I am very much thankful to each and everyone who contributed in this Guru Dakshina. I am thanking everyone. President Garu, Secretary, Committee, Raj Garu, and elderly people and everyone. I am very, very thankful. May Pujya Gurudev and Bhagavan bless us always. We should be in his service. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.